I'm standing here roadside with a fellow biker, Lutz from Prince George, and he's agreed to answer a few questions I have for him. So I'll turn it over to Lutz. Hi, Lutz.
Hi. Hi, Romano. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Fancy meeting you out here in the middle of the road.
Well, it's a nice day. It's perfect weather. Springtime. I'm collecting cans, aluminum cans, get some cash, clean up the roadway.
All right. Sounds great. Hey, just a couple quick questions. One is, how long have you lived in British Columbia, Canada?
In BC, I've lived since '97.
97? So you could...
Before that, I lived here for about 6 months, and that was in 1985.
And you're Canadian?
Yeah.
Okay. What is the best part about living in British Columbia?
Best part about living in British Columbia is that there's still a relatively large amount of undeveloped land, wildlife, variety of wildlife, the number of national parks, conservation areas, so there's lots of wilderness to escape to.
Good. How about Canadian? What's the best part about being Canadian?
Being Canadian, you tend not to be a target, as opposed to some other nations, I suppose. We live a really relatively good life here in terms of civil rights, and considered to the rest of the world, we're rather fortunate here.
Great.
Freedom of movement, freedom of thought, that sort of thing.
Great. And if there was, we'll let these trucks go by here. If there was one thing, if you were president, there's one thing you could change, what would that be?
I would strengthen environmental legislation, environmental laws, instead of what's happening in this country right now. There seems to be a de-evolution from the federal government to the provinces, and in fact, they're getting out of the business of environmental protection in some ways, or at least it seems that way. And I suppose in terms of this whole business about progress, hey, let's slow down a little bit here. Like, what are we in such a
All right. All right. Well, thank you very much, Lutz. Standing here roadside with Lutz from Prince George, British Columbia. Till we meet again.
Have a safe trip.
Thanks.